Fighting games. If you see my channel or if you see my content on other platforms such as TikTok and Twitch, you know I love these games. They're actually my favorite genre of game and my most played genre of game. And something that I've always loved about fighting games is the rosters, because just the wide variety of different characters that are all so unique. Different personalities, playstyles, designs, and actually, some fighting game characters are some of my favorite characters, not just in gaming, but from fictional media in general. Like, some of these characters are some of my favorite fictional characters of all time. And like I said, something I just love about fighting games is how huge and colorful and diverse the rosters can be. Now, I know fighting games isn't the only genre of game with very diverse, big rosters of characters. For example, hero shooters are known for big rosters as well, with very diverse characters as well, such as Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, Paladins, etc. MOBAs, such as League of Legends, also known for huge rosters with very diverse characters. Or maybe even more kid-friendly games, such as Lego games, have huge rosters. But that being said, fighting games is a different breed. Because yes, a lot of games have big variety of rosters, but in my personal opinion, no other genre of game do you feel more involved with your character and learning your character than fighting games. And this is coming from someone who plays a variety of different games, and I actually play games like Marvel Rivals and Overwatch pretty frequently. And yes, in those games you can find different tech or new ways to use your character, but not on the same level of fighting games. Fighting games with your characters, you're constantly learning. Even if you're just using one character, it could take forever to master that character because of how much these characters can do. You can find a new combo route, you can find a new combo starter, you can find a way to optimize a setup or a combo or a mix-up. You can find setup situations, tricky situations, mix-up situations, cross-up situations, safe jump situations, fuzzy guard situations. Like, there's just so much you can do with your characters in these games, which is why I love these games and love these rosters so much. That being said, if you've been here before, you might notice this is a brand new series. Ayo, what's up my G's? It's your boy Tyler G Plays, and welcome back to another video. And we're here with a new series I like to call Rank the Roster. Not very creative, I know, but it is what it is. But yes, this is a new series I came up with, and actually I need to talk about how I came up with this. So a few years ago, when I first started streaming and content creating, I actually had an idea of learning every single character in Ultra Street Fighter 4. And when doing that, I just did a stream per character. So I did a 2-hour stream per character. And I ended up scrapping those videos in the long run. And then a few months ago, I want to say near the beginning of 2025, around February or March, I want to say, I had another idea. Winning with every character in, and I would pretty much take a game and win with every character in it. I ended up scrapping that. And then I went back to the idea of maybe instead of doing streams, I do videos of learning every character. But then I was like, that might take too much time. And that was around the time that those rumors and the fear was going around of a possible draft. And I'm like, yeah, so I don't have the time for this, actually. This is way too time consuming, and life is short, so let's not do that. And then I ended up coming up with this idea of Rank the Roster. So the reason why I was throwing around these ideas in the first place, let's talk about that first. The reason why I was throwing around those ideas in the first place is because I wanted to create content, and really I just personally wanted an excuse to learn every character in multiple games. So that's what this series is. And we're starting off with my favorite fighting game of all time, Ultra Street Fighter 4. Yes, Ultra Street Fighter 4 is my favorite fighting game of all time. I love the fact you can it's a very easy to pick up and play and learn game, but if you really want to master the game, you gotta put in some time. Like, it's very easy to pick up a character, do a bread and butter combo, like a jump heavy kick, medium crouching kick, fireball, or shuriken, like easy peasy. But if you really want to get down those deeper mechanics of the game, like the FADC cancels, the one frame link combos, the red focus attack combos, like there's so many things you have to learn if you really want to play this game at a higher level. And I just love how versatile this game feels, because it feels beginner friendly, but also very pro friendly as well. So yes, I love this game, and it genuinely probably has my favorite Street Fighter roster of all time. Now, I'm not a fan of some of the newcomers, but other than some of the newcomers, I love this roster, I really do. But this is a series that I made really just as an excuse to learn as many characters as I can and in as many games as I can, but because I also thought it'd be a fun idea. I've yapped enough, let's talk about how these videos are going to go. So, these videos are a ranking video. I'll be ranking every character from my least favorite to my most favorite character to play. But that sounded boring to me, and you know me, I had to go that extra step. So, I also put these characters in tiers. Now they're still in order from least favorite to most favorite to play, but they're in tiers to really help it make this video just a little bit more digestible and also to make it easier on me as well. And yes, you heard that right, these will be based on how much I enjoy playing them. So, disclaimer, there's no bias involved whatsoever. Whatsoever. This is strictly based on how much I enjoy playing the character. Nothing to do with their design, nothing to do with their personality, or them as a character, strictly gameplay. Because trust me, there's some characters that are higher up I don't much care for, but then on the vice versa, there's characters really low down that I love. Like, I'll just let you know right now, there's one character on the lower end of the list that's in my top 10 favorite Street Fighter characters, but his gameplay in this is just very meh to me in general. But that being said, let's get into the tiers. So, bottom tier, which is what we're going to be starting off with in the video when we get to the actual ranking, we have never picking them. So this tier is pretty self-explanatory. It's characters that I either don't like the gameplay of at all, or it's characters I do enjoy the gameplay of a little bit, but not enough to justify ever picking them, nor would I ever want to pick them. Next tier is called Alright. So these are characters that I do enjoy playing a little bit. I will very rarely pick these characters, because even though I enjoy them a little bit, I just enjoy a lot of the other characters way more. Third tier is me play equals me smile. So this tier is characters I genuinely enjoy. They're not some of my favorite characters to play, but I do enjoy playing these characters. I do have fun playing them, and I might pick them now and then because I genuinely enjoy playing them. Tier 2 is insanely fun tier. So these are characters I find insanely fun. No duh, Tyler, you just said that. But these are characters I genuinely find just insanely fun to play. If I'm not picking a character out of my usual rotation, I might strive towards one of these characters because I just find them really, really fun to play. And I do pick some of these characters pretty often outside of my main rotation. Which, speaking of main rotation, we have tier 1 goated gameplay. These are the characters I love playing the most. These are my favorite characters to play in the entire game. And to make this interesting, there is no limit on how many characters can be in this tier. Originally, I was going to do maybe top 5, top 6, but then I was like, throw that out the window. We're just going to do whatever characters are my absolute favorite to play, it could be in here. So it could be 3 characters, it could be 5 characters, it could be 8 characters, maybe even 12. If they're one of my favorite characters to play in the game and I have almost no complaints about their gameplay, they're going in this tier. Like, they're some of my favorite characters to play, and they're in my usual rotation of characters I pick. And I rarely strive out these characters because I just find them so goated to play. Now with all that yapping out of the way, this is the very first ever Rank the Roster video on this channel with my favorite fighting game of all time. Enough yapping, let's get started with the ranking.
I'll show you just how strong I am!
Starting off with the never picking them tier, coming in at number 44, last place we have Adon. And Adon, yeah, I don't like him. I don't mean just gameplay either. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's last place on this list because I just don't like his gameplay in the slightest. I also just don't like him as a character. I'm sorry to the one Adon fan out there I made upset. I apologize. I'm sorry to that one singular fan out there, but yeah, I just don't like him. On to the gameplay. Yeah, his gameplay is just weird to me, and I really don't like it in the slightest. He has a DP. He has some decent buttons, he has a nice poke with medium kick, but then he has 2 really weird moves that feel just kind of weird. He has his Jaguar kick, which is a backwards DP motion, and it seems kind of like a pressure tool or maybe a combo tool. I'm not exactly sure. I really couldn't figure it out when playing him for this, and I didn't really care enough to either. And then his second move I want to talk about is Jaguar Tooth. So other than the Jaguar kick and the Rising Jaguar, which is his DP, Jaguar Tooth is a very weird move. So he pretty much goes backwards, clings to a wall, then just does like a dive kick, but the spacing depends on which kick button you pushed. but the move in general just feels kind of weird. It seems like it's supposed to be a whiff punish tool more than anything, or maybe like a mix-up tool, but it just feels weird in general. And on top of that, his supers and ultra combos really aren't anything special. I really don't like any of his animations. I just don't like the way he plays whatsoever.
Mission start.
Next up, we have Guile. And Guile sucks about this low because I actually like Guile as a character, but he's just so boring to me. I'm not a huge fan of charge characters in the first place, but Guile especially not. He's just so boring to me. He has two moves, Flash Kick and Sonic Boom, which they're very useful moves and they're really all he needs. But man, he's so boring. He has some nice buttons and his moves do their function. They work well. I really don't have any laws to say about Guile. I like Guile. I do. He's just really boring to me. I've never really found his gameplay in this game all that interesting. Coming up after Guile, we have DJ. Now, DJ actually has some pretty fun moves. He has the projectile, he has the kick move, which is hold back, then push forward kick. He has an anti-air move with his charge down up kick. Then he also has another anti-air move and also kind of pressure tool or maybe even combo tool with machine gun upper. Problem is, even though he has a variety of moves, DJ's just not really that fun to play because of how bad he is. Listen, I know I said this tier list was strictly based on how much I enjoy playing them, nothing to do with how good they are or how much I like them as characters. But yeah, DJ does not feel fun to play, in my opinion. He's just genuinely bad in this game, which sucks because I kind of like DJ. I like his vibes, I like his personality. But yeah, he just feels bad to play because he is bad. He just lacks damage, he lacks good matchups, and you can feel it in his gameplay.
You'll be seeing red by the time I'm done with you.
Coming up next, we have Vega. Now, Vega I actually do enjoy a bit, but not enough to ever pick him. He has some fun movement options, like really fun movement options, and it makes him very enjoyable to watch. Don't get me wrong, even though I personally don't like playing Vega that much, he's one of the most fun characters to watch in competitive settings or online, in general, because he just got a lot of unique moves with his movement options, and then he has his rolling move, and then the Scarlet kind of anti-air move, which can be used as both the anti-air and a DP. And he has some really cool looking stuff. I just personally don't enjoy playing him that well. Although I will say he has some really satisfying buttons, especially with claw equipped. His claw stance, when he has claw on, his heavy punch from that is just so satisfying. And also his leap kick, which is 3 heavy kick, or down forward heavy kick. It's a mini launcher and it's kind of fun to pull off, especially since you can link it twice in a row. It's a really stupid, unoptimal combo to do, but it's really fun.
It's super dynamic cooking time!
And the final character in this tier, we have El Frente. El Frente was actually on the fence of being alright, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, yeah, I'm never picking this guy. He has some really fun movement. Like, this character is all about movement because of his forward run and backward run. Problem is, he's a very hit and run character, which hit and run's not really my playstyle. Granted, you can definitely do pressure and mix up with him as well. You most definitely can. But for when I was playing him, because I just am not super skilled with him, I found myself doing more hit and run more than anything, which can lead to mix up and combos and stuff like that. But yeah, he just feels weird. He's kind of fun to play, but he's just weird feeling at the same time. Although, same thing with Vega, even though I don't really like playing him that much, he's insanely fun to watch. If you ever watch some high level El Frente gameplay, or someone that knows what they're doing with him, oh yeah, he's one of the most fun characters to watch in the game, because he can just do some crazy stuff.
I am the Red Cyclone!
Now on to tier 4, which is alright tier. Starting off, we have Zangief. This was the character I was talking about near the beginning of the video, before I started the ranking part of the video. It sucked putting Zangief this low, because Zangief is personally in my top 10 favorite Street Fighter characters of all time. I love Zangief. I love him so much. Like, his personality, just him as a character, it's just awesome. It's awesome. He's one of the nicest people ever. but he's also so intimidating, so like when you see his personality, you wouldn't expect it, like whatsoever. But his gameplay is only alright to me, so I'm not a huge grappler guy in the first place. But Zangief, yeah, he's just like the epitome of grappler. He's like a bare bones grappler, which is like, it's not a bad thing, but it's just not for me. Now, I might pick him very, very rarely, but for the most part, I'll probably pick most other characters over him. I will say, I do like his double Batari. It's a great Oki tool for get up or for pressure, as if they're not expecting it, you can just pop it, get some Oki in. His grabs are really nice, especially his running armored grab, that's really satisfying. And then his green fist move is a really, really good pressure tool, and a good combo tool as well. But overall, he's just alright to me.
I hope you're ready for a beating.
Next up, we have Dan the Man Hibiki. Dan's kind of fun. I don't care. I don't care. Now, he's low on the list, so I obviously don't enjoy him a whole lot, but he can be kind of fun. He's pretty bad, like genuinely bad, but he can still be kind of fun to play. Besides, if you ever win against someone with Dan, that's just automatic bragging rights, because like, how do you beat someone with Dan? You know, like, how are you going to let me beat you with Dan? Other than his really crappy Hadouken and his okay Shuriken, one thing I do like about Dan, I actually do really like his Hurricane Kick, or at least his version of it, because it's not really a Hurricane Kick. You see him just kind of do a Multi Kick in the air because he can't do a Hurricane Kick, which I think is hilarious. But I kind of like the animation of it, and also just the way it feels to pull off. It's kind of satisfying to pull off, not gonna lie. And it's a really fun combo ender as well.
Just try and stop me!
After Dan, we have Legally Distinct Mike Tyson, which, if you think I'm joking, they literally had to change Balrog's name from M. Bison to Balrog in the States because they were scared of getting sued by Mike Tyson. Yeah, so if you ever wondered why Balrog is called M. Bison, like in Japan, or areas around there, and then M. Bison is called Vega, and then Vega is called Balrog, that's why. They had to switch around the names to avoid getting sued by Mike Tyson. But anyways, on a Balrog, he's okay. I will say, his turn punch is one of the most satisfying and most fun moves to do in the entire game. Against a newer player, it can kind of be like broken, or at least it could feel broken against them. If you know how to deal with it, it's not too bad, but if you don't know how to deal with it, oh yeah, it's like one of the most scrubby moves you can do in the entire game. And one of the most fun moves, because it just avoids a lot of things, and it does a lot of damage on its own. But other than that, he's alright. I do like some of his charge moves because he can have some mix up with it, and I like the fact he has an anti-air move, but other than that, he's okay. I can enjoy playing him, but he's not someone I exactly gravitate towards playing when picking my character.
I'm ready for action!
Next up, we have probably one of the most unique Street Fighter characters ever. We have the oil wrestler Hakan. Now, Hakan's very unique, which can make him kind of fun to play, because he has that whole oil mechanic where he can oil himself up. That sounds so weird out of context, but yes, you can literally oil him up. That sounded even weirder out of context. Hakan can oil himself up to get a defense boost and to change the properties on his moves. And a viable strategy with Hakan is getting a knockdown or a grapple in because he has command throws, and then doing the oil move to oil himself up. My thing with Hakan though is kind of like Zangief, I'm just not a big grappler guy. I'm not a huge fan of grapplers. I will say he can be kind of fun, especially depending on the matchup. Him sliding around the arena with the oil and the defense boost and stuff is kind of fun to do, and he actually surprisingly has some really fun combos and useful buttons as well. Like, he has some really satisfying buttons, especially with forward heavy punch or 6 heavy punch. And his command grab in general is just a really funny animation where he just grabs them, squeezes them tight, and because he's all oiled up, they literally just launch out of his grip. It's genuinely funny. And then his Ultra 2 is a very, very useful Ultra combo, as you can use that as an anti-air. You can use it after certain moves if you space it and time it right. Since it's meant to be an anti-air Ultra combo, you can actually use it in combos though if you know what you're doing, and it's a really funny Ultra combo as well. And the final character of this tier, we have Gen. Gen is such a cool character. In my opinion, he's one of the coolest characters in the whole series. Not just from a lore perspective, but also a gameplay perspective, as he's really the only true stance character in this game. Like, you might have many stances, like with Vega, he has his claw, and then clawless stance, which changes his moves a little bit. But Gen is the one true stance character in this game, as he has Crane stance and Mantis stance, and each stance completely changes up his moves. Not just his special moves, but his normals. Jumping normals, standing normals, crouching normals, every single normal changes depending on the stance. Thing is, I just don't find him that fun to play. Honestly, he can be kind of fun, kind of like the other characters in this tier, but for me, he's just not for me. I'm not really a huge stance character person anyways, unless it's done well. Which I'm not saying Gen isn't done well, he's done extremely well, but it's just not for me. Mainly because I don't much care for his special moves in general, and some of his buttons feel a little weird to me. But his combos, oh yeah, his combos can be sick. Even though I don't much care for his special moves or his buttons, his combos are very satisfying and sick to do. And he also has some of the coolest ultra combos in the game as well. And on top of that, he's the only character in the game with 4 ultra combos, which is actually insane to think about. And I wanted to love his gameplay, but I just couldn't. I still enjoy him a little bit, but not enough to justify putting him any higher.
Today I shall win again.
Moving on to the next tier, me play equals me smile. Starting off this tier, we have Dhalsim. So Dhalsim, I never really liked him as a kid, to be honest, because I always thought he was too slow, too boring. But coming back to play him for this video, yeah, I actually kind of enjoy playing him. Between his buttons, because he can do both long range and short range attacks, whether you do it neutral or hold back when you use his buttons. He has a variety of different zoning options with his fireball, his anti-air fire breath, his fire breath, and even just his normal standard attack buttons, especially in medium punch, as I find that to be a really useful button of his. And mixing in his zoning with his dive kicks or his dive headbutt. Yes, dive headbutt, because he does have a dive headbutt. Although they're slow, you can control the angle at which he does it, and it can lead to some mix-up or some unexpected situations for the opponent. And it can also be used as a movement tool. And on top of all his zoning options, he also has a teleport. Using Yoga Teleport, you can teleport both forwards and backwards on both the ground and in the air, which can be useful mixing with his zoning options. Overall, Dhalsim's pretty solid. He's not insanely fun for me to play, but I do find him enjoyable. The only real issue I have with him is his lack of movement speed, but if we're being honest, that's probably a good thing. He doesn't have the best movement speed, because if he had the movement speed plus the teleport plus the movement option with his dive kick and diving headbutt plus the zoning, he'd probably be a nightmare to deal with, not gonna lie.
Show me everything you have to offer.
Next up, we have Seth. And Seth, I don't like as a character, but I'm not gonna lie, gotta give him his flowers. He's kind of fun to play. Between his projectile option with the sonic boom, his shuriken as an anti-air option, he has a command grab, and mixing the command grab with the teleport can lead to some really nasty Oki, nasty mix, nasty unexpected situations, and just plain out mind games. Between his bring in tool, using his bring in tool for both combos and deleting into his command grab is pretty fun. And he has an armor breaking move with his kick that leads into the multiple explosions. And overall, he has some pretty fun combos as well, and I like both his ultra combos. The only reason why he's low on the list is really because he really steals more than half his moveset from other characters, which I get that's his whole thing. I guess as his character, I get why he has that, but I just enjoy playing the other characters more. I do enjoy the original moves he has with the bring in tool and then also the kick special move along with his ultras and supers. But overall, I don't find him I don't find him insanely fun to play, but I do find him fun to play. The only reason why he's lower on the list is simply because he reuses moves from other characters, just does them slightly better.
Now, face the mighty Bison.
Up next, we have M. Bison, aka Dictator. M. Bison is pretty fun to play. I noticed at the beginning of the video I'm not a big fan of charge characters, but M. Bison is a charge character I don't mind playing. He has really fun pressure, he has fun mix-ups, and he just has overall pretty useful tools. Nothing to make him insanely fun for me, but fun enough for me to use him every now and then. And because he's a charge character, if you know anything about charge characters, he can have some pretty insane combos if you have the execution. Mixing in his double heel kick with his Psycho Crusher, or even throwing in his head stomp attack. You can do all sorts of mix with him and pressure, and he's pretty fun to play.
Fighting with conviction leads to victory.
T-Hawk, or Thunderhawk, is the next character, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually kind of surprised by how much I enjoyed playing him. He has some pretty fun options in general. With Condor Dive, you've been able, if you have the execution, you can do it pretty much the second you leave the ground, which can lead to some mind games and lead to some free damage. Like, let's say you see some with something, if you have a good enough reaction and if you have a good enough execution, you can probably do Condor Dive immediately and punish them for it. Or you can use it for mind games. They might not expect you to go for Condor Dive the second you leave off the ground, so they might try to go for a DP or something like that, and you can punish them. And on top of that, his command grab's just really satisfying, and I really like the animation as well. How he just picks them up with one hand, swings them, and slams them on the ground. It's hilarious. And he actually has some pretty fun combos. And overall, Thunderhawk's just pretty enjoyable. And he has some pretty good buttons as well. I really like his, especially his kick buttons. There's nothing more satisfying than them trying to rush in, and they just get a big face full of boot from his very meaty, heavy kick. Makoto is up next, and I love Makoto as a character, and I find her kind of enjoyable to play. She has some really unique buttons, as her sweep is not crouching heavy kick, it's actually crouching heavy punch, which is kind of cool. It's nice that they mix that up a bit. And then her command normal with forward heavy punch, or 6 heavy punch. It's just a really fun with punish tool and really fun tool in general. And her moves all complement each other really well. Although she has really slow movement speed, her dashes and her 2-3-6 punch special move, which is just the really fast charge forward strike, helps with her movement department. So although her walk speed lacks movement and speed, she has tools to help with that, and they're very satisfying to do. On top of that, I really like her karate chop special move, as it can just negate projectiles or just straight up punish someone like E Honda for trying to do a sumo headbutt, as Makoto gets advantage and can actually hit them out of the animation and do damage. And on top of that, her DP punch special move is just a big launcher, which is really satisfying, and her ultra 2 can actually be comboed off of if you have the execution, which I don't, but I've seen people do it and it's really cool. Overall, Makoto is just pretty enjoyable.
You ready for this?
Next character is the First Lady of Fighting Games, Chun-Li, an absolutely legendary character and one of my personal favorite Street Fighter characters and fighting game characters in general of all time. Chun-Li is fun in this game. Once again, she's in tier 3, so I don't find her insanely fun, but I still find her fun. Mixing up her lightning legs with maybe a charge move thrown in here for some pressure, or maybe punishing fireballs or whiffed attacks with her Sunshu is just more satisfying than ever. Spinning bird kick is once again a really fun just combo ender tool and a really fun pressure tool. And her back medium kick into down up medium kick is just a really fun command combo that's really fun. That's actually one of my favorite combos in the game. So one of my favorite combos to do in the entire game, not just with Chun-Li, but in the entire game, is jumping heavy kick, back medium kick, down up medium kick, into her ultra 2. It's a very satisfying, fun to do combo, and Chun-Li's just overall pretty fun in this game.
The answer lies in the heart of battle.
Up next, we have the poster boy of Capcom himself, and fighting games in general. We have Ryu. Listen, I know Ryu's meant to be a beginner character. He's meant to be a little bit more on the basic side, unseasoned side of gameplay, but Ryu's pretty fun. He's, once again, non-insanely fun. This is not insanely fun tier yet, but he's fun. Although he has a pretty basic moveset, just the normal Shoto moveset, it works with the system mechanics pretty well to make him pretty fun, and honestly one of my favorite versions of the character to play in general. Between his His one-frame link combos are both fun and satisfying, and his FADC combos as well. Just Shuriken, FADC into Shuriken again, so satisfying. Or even Hurricane Kick into Super into Ultra, so satisfying. And overall, even though he's a little bit more on the basic side, he's still a pretty fun character to play, and I actually do play him now and then. The sumo of Street Fighter is up next, Mr. Edmund Honda, or E Honda. And E Honda's got some fun stuff. He has really good buttons. His 100-hand slap is just as fun as it's ever been, especially with the FADC cancels in this game. Doing 100-hand slap into a FADC cancel into a command grab for some pretty easy mix and some really easy mind games, more satisfying than ever. Sumo headbutt is just really useful as both a whiff punishing tool and a really good focus attack counter tool, as it has armor breaking properties and does a good amount of damage. And his sumo smash is just a really good anti-air and counter zoning tool. And overall, I don't have a whole lot to say about E Honda other than he's just pretty fun to play in this game. Good buttons, decent mix, especially with the FADC cancels in this game, and just some really fun tools to mess around with.
There is no way you could ever knock me out.
Up next, we have one of many Bruce Lee-like characters in fighting games, but in my opinion, one of the more interesting and more fun ones to play, Fei Long. So, he's definitely a rushdown, but he has some fun tools as well. He has some nice buttons, but the main enjoyment I had from this gameplay was mixing up all his tools together with one another. Between his Rekka attack, which is a really good pressure tool and combo tool, his command grab, which doesn't really do damage, but it leads to a free combo, or good mind games, or free mind games I should say. His reverse DP kick motion is really actually pretty good combo tool and anti-air move. And his soaring kick, which is kind of a weird input, but once you get the hang of it, it's very satisfying to do, is a good juggle tool and combo tool. And it's just a good way to get in if you space it right and make sure you're safe with it. Fei Long just has a really fun move set to mess around with and really fun toolkit to mess around with. He has multiple things covered. He has an anti-air, he has pressure tools, he is a movement special move, although not necessarily the most safe option, it's still a movement tool and juggle tool. And he has a command grab to lead into free mix-up, mind games, or combos, and just makes him pretty fun to play.
Execute.
Cammy's evil twin sister is up next. Cammy's sister, or Decapre, is pretty fun. I was actually on the verge of putting her in Insanely Fun tier, which is the next tier, but I couldn't really justify putting her that high up personally, because although I do find her pretty fun to play, especially with her pretty easy bread and butter combos. I mean, you can literally just do jumping heavy kick into her command combo that launches into air throw for some pretty easy, quick, decent damage, honestly. And just her air grab in general is really satisfying, as it's a really good combo ender for a lot of her combos. I don't really like the way her moves feel though. She has good buttons and she has really fun combos, but her moves are weird. So she has a teleport, which can lead into a dive kick or a low option, which is fun. It's a really good mix-up. And it can also lead into a ground bounce, which launches, and then you can FADC cancel into air throw. And then she has a charge move, which can be used as both an anti-air, combo tool, combo starter, whatever, as it's just one big stab towards the air, which launches. But then we get to some weird moves. So she has a mashing move. If you mash her punch button enough, she does a pressure tool move, and it's not exactly my favorite. I definitely think it's one of the weaker ones in the game, personally. It just doesn't feel that fun to pull off, and I hardly ever use it. Maybe to get some momentum going forward, or to whiff punish something, but I don't use it that much. And then Spiral Arrow is a weird input. Instead of being core circle forward or 2-3-6 kick like Cammy, it's charge back forward kick, and you have to be in the air to do it. Although it can lead to good mind games, it's just really weird feeling to do. But other than that, Decapre is pretty solid. She is pretty fun to play, has really fun combos, really good buttons, has a really fun ultra combo with her pressure ultra combo being a really big giant projectile, which can lead to free mix-ups, free mind games, or if you actually hit it, you can do a combo extension off of it, and she's solid.
I'm ready for you. Bring it on!
Now onto the final character of this tier, we have Ken Masters. And Ken is pretty fun. Once again, just like DiCaprio, I was on the literal verge of putting him next tier, but I just couldn't justify it. Because the more I played him, the more I realized, yeah, he doesn't belong in a tier. Listen, I love Ken. I love Ken. He's one of my favorite Street Fighter characters. I love playing Ken. But at the end of the day, his gameplay compared to most of the other roster, it's fun, but it's not insane. So he's a Shoto like Ryu. He has a fireball, he has Shuriken, and he has the Hurricane kick. But the thing that makes him a little more fun than Ryu, while Ryu's more well balanced or balanced out, Ken definitely feels more like a rushdown character. Between his multiple command normals, doing mix-ups such as a step forward kick or step forward overhead kick, and then the fact that his Hurricane kick does multiple hits, and it doesn't knock down on hit either like Ryu's does, and the fact that his Shuriken is also multiple hits. He definitely feels a bit more rushdown focused than someone like Ryu or Dan or most other Shotos. And he's fun. On top of just having really nice feeling special moves, I like the fire effects that he has. It really differentiates him from Ryu. And his super combo is fun, and along with his ultra combos. And some of the stuff you can do with FADC in this game is pretty fun as well. Like Shuriken into FADC into Ultra Combo is always a fun combo.
I shall grind beneath my heel all that exists.
On to the next tier, which is Insanely Fun tier. This is the tier that is the biggest in the video, as there's a lot of characters I find to be insanely fun in this game. Coming in first, we have Oni, which is pretty much just a more evil Akuma. It's Akuma as a demon, like a really evil demon. Didn't think Akuma can get more evil, but hey, here we are. So Oni, he definitely has some Akuma stuff, but he definitely has a lot of his own things as well. So he has Fireball, and it can be charged, similar to Goken, and that can be useful. He has Shuriken, and he has Hurricane Kick as well, but here's where he's different. So the first thing I need to talk about is his overhead. So while Akuma has the hop special move that can lead into either a grab, an overhead palm, or dive kick, Oni only has one option, and it's an overhead move, where he teleports into the air. Depending on what button you push, it will determine the distance, and then he just does one big ground pound, which is a complete overhead move. Meaning it's good for mix-up situations, maybe Oki, maybe baiting out stuff, such as an anti-air. Like if you space it correctly where you can bait out an anti-air successfully, you can get a free punish off of it. Or maybe if you use it right, I wouldn't recommend it since he has Shuriken. But maybe if you use it right, you can even use that as the anti-air. And then he also has a kind of a pressure tool and combo tool in his new punch special, where he just kind of dashes forward and does one big slash, and the distance travel depends on the push button pushed. His main move I want to talk about is his air movement tool. So yes, in the air you can do core circle back punch or 2-1-4 punch, and light punch makes him go forward. Medium punch makes him do a little bit of a hop in the air, and heavy punch makes him kind of go backwards. And even though the move, he pretty much like blasts the air with some energy, and it's mainly used as a movement tool, it can do damage as well. And you can use it for combos or anti-air, but it's a good movement tool. And in a game where air movement isn't exactly the name of the game and isn't exactly common, it's very useful. And overall, Oni's just really, really fun to play.
Now ready to commence the attack!
Rolento, aka the wannabe dictator, is next. And Rolento is actually insanely fun. I can't believe I've been sleeping on him for all these years, because I've never had any interest in ever playing Rolento. Like maybe when I was first playing fighting games and was playing this game, back in like middle school, I tried him out a bit. But then again, in middle school me and me now are very different. Middle school me and high school me, to an extent, didn't care about learning fighting games. I literally just would go into arcade mode with a character that looks cool, look at the move list, and then try out their special moves and learn their special moves, and that was it. My whole entire game plan was heavy kick and special moves. But now that I actually know what I'm doing, at least a little bit, I actually take the time to learn characters now. And because characters can take a while to learn, I kind of strive away from characters I don't really care about. But this series, like I said at the beginning of the video, is kind of giving me an excuse to try out and learn as many characters as I can. at least to a basic level and understanding. And Rolento, this is my first time actually taking the time to learn him. He's so fun. Like, I've been sleeping on him hardcore. He is so fun. So he's not exactly a super damage heavy character, but he's very hit and run, or very simple bread and butter than run, because his movement is insane. So he has attack buttons, like he has his attack special with the Rekka series he has Stinger, which can be used as maybe a bait tool, a mix-up tool, or an anti-air tool if you do it correctly. But his main fun comes from his movement. So on top of just overall having good jumps and nice dashes, he has a movement tool when he does a hop backwards and then rolls forwards. So it's pretty much like can be used to bait out something and then punish, because as soon as he hops backwards, he does a really fast roll forwards that does damage. His second movement tool is just a straight up roll backwards, like he starts rolling on the ground backwards. And from that, you can either do an overhead attack using the punch button, or you can just straight up jump backwards or forwards. And it's just really fun movement. And he can also jump off the wall as well, I believe. But yeah, he can also jump off the wall for even more movement. And if you do down medium punch in the air, he actually stops his jump momentum to do a pogo bounce using his staff. And once again, that's fun movement and can lead to some really good baits or mix-ups. And overall, Rolento is just really fun. He has fun bread and butter combos. He has really fun movement. He has a really fun super. He has really fun ultra combos. Like, they're both full personality and both like really fit his militant personality and playstyle. And he's just really fun to play. The Muay Thai fighter himself, Sagat, is up next. Yes, I realize Adon is also a Muay Thai fighter, but it's Adon. He has like one fan. I don't care. Sagat's the main Muay Thai fighter of Street Fighter in my eyes. And Sagat is really fun. So what's not to like about Sagat? He has nice buttons. He has really fun moves in general with a low tiger shot and high tiger shot, leading to good zoning. He has Tiger Knee and Tiger Uppercut, both used as both anti-air tools and combo tools. And he has really fun supers and ultras as well. And because of the FADC system in the game, his combos are just so fun to do, because there's nothing more satisfying than doing Tiger Upper FADC into Tiger Knee FADC Ultra. Like, he just has some really fun stuff going on. And he did get nerfed from vanilla Street Fighter 4, but he's still really fun to play. And once again, this video is not based on how good a character is, it's strictly based on how much I enjoy playing the character. And Sagat's insanely fun. I just find him really fun to play. Out of the 4 kings, so him, Balrog, Vega, and Bison, not only have always liked him better as a character, but I've always found his gameplay to be better than the other 3, and this game's no different. He's insanely fun to play.
You are so small.
We have Street Fighter's version of Andre the Giant, which, fun fact if you didn't know, Hugo was actually based off of Andre the Giant, the real-life professional wrestler and WWE Hall of Famer, RIP. And Hugo, oh yeah, Hugo's my favorite grappler to play in the game. Hugo is my favorite grappler to play in the game, and probably one of my favorite grapplers to play in any fighting game, because even though I'm not a big grappler guy myself, Hugo is insanely fun. He's not just like your standard go forward, bait something, grapple, go forward, bait something, grapple, armor through something, grapple. Like, he's not like that. He has multiple moves that can lead to combos or baiting out stuff to grapples or even comboing into a grapple. Like, he's just insanely fun. So he has pressure tools with his running Latari or running clothesline and his clap, his hand clap. He has a command grab, which is actually a wall bounce, so even though it doesn't do much damage on its own, it can lead to free combos. So it's a command grab that leads to completely free combos. And of course, he has his actual command grab being the 360 punch special move. Like most other grapplers in Street Fighter, he has a 360 punch grapple command grab. And it's a really fun command grab, it's a really fun animation. And even though he's a grappler, some of his combos are really cool. Like, one of my favorite combos to do with him that I do consistently, and it's just always fun to do, is doing his wall bounce command grab where he grabs them, throwing his wall and they wall bounce, and then I immediately do his anti-air command grab since it links into each other. And his anti-air command grab, he literally jumps up in the air, grabs the opponent in the air, and does a backbreaker, then throws him on the ground. And then you can dash in for Ogi, you can bait out something with the focus attack, then dash back real quick before they do a wake up. Like, it's just really, really fun, and Hugo is such a fun character to play. On top of being a really fun character to play, he's just a cool character. He really is. Like, me and myself, I'm a wrestling fan, so I already have some bias, but he's just so cool. And as a wrestling fan, I really love Hugo's gameplay, because Zangief's a wrestler too, yes, but like I said about Zangief, he's more one of those straightforward, run in, do a grab, run in, bait out a grab, run it. Like, he's a very straightforward grappler. Hugo, even though he's a grappler, he's not nearly as straightforward or as vanilla, I could say. And it's just really fun seeing all these wrestling moves in his moveset. And it's also fun playing him because all the wrestling moves in his moveset. And overall, he was just insanely fun.
Well now, let's see if we can't do something about my boy.
Cody the Goat Travers. Cody is one of my favorite Street Fighter characters of all time. I love Cody. And he is insanely fun to play in this game. Where to start? First of all, Cody at first might not seem like much, given he's given a rock projectile where he literally picks up rocks and throw it at someone, and then he has a kick special move where he can do either low, mid, or anti-air, that also launches on the ground, so it can be used as a combo tool. And one of my favorite combos to do is actually jump heavy kick, heavy punch, ruffian kick heavy, which is launching ruffian kick, and then FADC cancel into another ruffian kick, and it's just a really fun combo, and it does actually a really nice amount of damage, and it's really fun to close off rounds with as well. And then one of his best moves is definitely criminal upper, as it can be used as a combo tool, an anti-air tool, or it can even negate projectiles, and it's just a really, really fun move. Here's where Cody becomes really fun. He has a negative edge move. So what is negative edge? So like Balrog, how you can hold all 3 punch buttons or all 3 kick buttons to do a special move after you release them, Cody has the same thing, only Cody's is even better. So Cody's you only have to hold 2 punch buttons, and it just has better, from what I was playing, it seems like it has better invul frames or just better usage in general. Or you can hold all 3 punch buttons to do an EX version, which not only is a really good counter tool and just a really strong tool in general, but it also becomes a combo tool, as the EX version gives you less recovery frames, meaning you can get back to actually comboing faster, which means it's possible to combo off of. And then Cody's most unique mechanic, which I really love, is the whole knife pickup mechanic. So you might think Cody only has that mechanic because he's a criminal, but no, it's actually from the original game he's from, which is Final Fight, which, if you didn't know, Final Fight and Street Fighter share the same universe, and Cody was originally from the game beat 'em up game Final Fight. And in that game you can pick up weapons on the street as you're going through in typical beat 'em up style, and he can pick up pipes, he can pick up knives, he can pick up glass bottle. There's a lot of stuff they can pick up, and that mechanic is straight up from the Final Fight games. That's what I'm guessing it's from. I don't know if Capcom ever straight up said that's what it's from. Maybe it is just because he's a criminal, I don't know, but I would like to think it's because of him being from Final Fight, and it's a really fun mechanic. Because not only does it completely change up his neutrals, as he gets new neutral moves since he's holding a knife, not kicks, just punches, but now his projectile, instead of being the pebbles, they are now the knife. And if you EX it, it keeps in the air a bit longer, meaning you can do an easy bread and butter combo off of EX knife throw. And overall, Cody's just insanely fun. Fun combos, fun moves, overall really good buttons as well, and fun supers and ultras. Cody's definitely a really fun character in this game. Insanely fun.
I'll show you my dance. You ready?
Coming up next, we have Elena. And considering the game we're talking about, I already know I gave some of you Vietnam flashbacks because of how busted she is, but that's not why I think she's insanely fun. Like I said, this tier list is not based on how good they are, but how much I enjoy playing them. And if I only found the top tiers insanely fun, obviously she'd be top 1 or top 3 at least. But no, Elena is insanely fun for me because she's really, really fun. She's really good, she is really good, but that's not why I like her so much. First of all her moves are unique. Well, she's unique in general. The fact she's a capoeira fighter is already awesome. I'm always a sucker for capoeira fighters in fighting games. And all her punch buttons are actually kick buttons instead. And on top of that, all her special moves are just so fun to do, and they all just complement each other really nicely. She has a low with her trip special move. She has a advancing move that can also start a juggle. She has the 3 kick special move, which can be used as a combo tool or pressure tool. She has a DP special move or an anti-air special move, which once again can be used as an anti-air or combo tool. And she has an overhead special move, which can be used as mix-up tool, pressure tool, or combo tool, as if you do the light version, you can immediately link into crouching light punch or light kick right after. And on top of that, she has some really fun bread and butter combos as well. Like, her combos are so fun, and just all her moves complement each other so nicely to create some really nice bread and butter combos as well. And then her ultras, the healing is really nice, even though I don't use it that much myself. The healing is a really nice ultra. It's also very broken, but it's a really nice ultra. And then her ultra 1, where she just leaps forward and does that big combo for big damage, is also a really nice ultra, as it's very fast and the animation on it is just really nice as well. And Elena's just insanely fun, and I don't think there's ever going to be a Street Fighter game where I don't enjoy playing her.
You're nervous, aren't you?
We have Miss Soul Power up next, aka Rose. Rose is a really cool character. She's just really cool. And she's a character I've always really found fascinating and really cool as well, because just her whole lore in general is really fascinating, and then her whole soul power being a variant of psycho power because of her lore is just really cool as well. And her moveset is really cool as well, and because of the soul power, a lot of her moves just have so much flash to them, and I really like it. So she has Soul Spiral, which is a really good pressure tool, combo tool, and just a really fun move to do in general. Like, it's a really fun move. She has Soul Spark, which is a projectile. She has Soul Reflect, which kind of negates fireballs and reflects them, or you can use it up close as a launcher, meaning it can be used as a combo tool. Or, depending on which version of it you can use, if you angle it right, like if you space it correctly, you can make it anti-air if someone was to land right into it. And it's actually really funny anti-air, because it's just not something you expect someone to use as the anti-air with her, and it just sends them flying. And then she has Soul Throw, which is her actual anti-air special move, where she leaps in the air, grabs anyone in the air, and just straight up yeets them to the ground like they're a piece of trash. Like, she straight up throws their ass on the ground. Like, it's a really funny animation because of how quick and violently she just like tosses them to the ground with one hand, and it's genuinely funny. And Rose, I don't have a lot of bad things to say about her whatsoever. Actually, from this point forward, pretty much every character I had a lot of trouble ranking. Like, I had a little bit of trouble ranking the ones before, but this point forward, I literally had to go back and forth a lot, at least for the rest of this tier, because a lot of these characters I enjoy playing so much, it was genuinely hard to put them in order of least favorite to most favorite. But yeah, Rose is really fun. She has nice buttons as well, especially with her standing heavy kick. It's a really good poke. Don't use it up close at all, but if you use it spaced out, it can be a really good poke tool. She has a really good sliding kick and crouching medium kick, which can be used to avoid fireballs or to get on the opponent. She has a fun throwing animation. She has a fun super, fun ultras, and really fun combos as well. And Rose is just a really cool character and insanely fun to play.
Well then, let's begin.
Now we have the only other boxer in the game other than Balrog, and the cooler boxer in my opinion. We have Dudley. Dudley is so sick. Like I said, at this point forward, it was very hard ranking them. So some of the stuff I say might sound like a broken record, but Dudley's so sick. He is so sick, and he's definitely the cooler boxer. Not only does he have motion inputs, but he has charge inputs as well. He has a weave special move, and he has a ducking special move. So his weave special move, he much weaves backwards, which can avoid close-up attacks, and he retaliates with a really fast strike. He has a duck special move, which can lead into a straight punch or an uppercut punch. He has a DP move in his uppercut. He has a pressure tool and combo tool with machine gun upper, and it's a really fun tool as well. He has a charge move and charge down up kick, which is an overhead move. Although it's not super useful, it's still an overhead move, and I found myself catching opponents with it quite a bit more than I thought I would. And overall, he has some fun supers and ultras as well, as they both are really useful and do a lot of damage. But the super combo does a lot of damage, and his ultra combos do a lot of damage as well. Oh, I almost forgot, he also has a parry. And with the parry, he stands there for a minute, and he actually has a lot of frames where he can actually parry an attack. And if you hit him during that, you see a big flash on screen, and he turns into the Flash, and he kind of does a turn punch, which sends them flying. Now, he does take a little bit of damage, but the damage he gives them is even more, and it's genuinely a good move. And he has some fun combos, like some genuinely fun combos. His sweep is actually not heavy kick, crouching heavy kick. I believe it's crouching medium kick, or yeah, it's crouching medium kick, I believe. It's a 2-hit sweep. But his crouching heavy kick is a launcher, which is very, very different and very unique. So his crouching heavy kick, he literally kind of used both his hands to sweep their legs and then push them up. I don't know how to explain the animation, but he literally just used both his hands, sweeps their legs, and then throw them up, and it does damage, but also is air, like it launches them in the air, leading to a completely free combo or after hit, and it's just a really fun move. And Dudley's just so sick. I really, really hope he eventually comes into Street Fighter 6, because he's insanely fun in this game, and I feel like he would be even more fun in that game because of the system mechanics of that game.
Let's get this started!
Now we have one half of the twins, and this twin is Yang. Which, if you wonder why I'm saying twins, it's because Yun and Yang are twins. Yang is the one I want to talk about first, and he's really fun. He has a good anti-air move with his DP kick motion, so forward down, down forward, or 6-2-3 kick, as it can be used as an anti-air tool and a really good combo tool, like a really fun combo tool. He has a Rekka series, he has a palm strike, he has a command throw, and he has a dash. And the dash, he actually teleports slightly. Well, not teleports, but he disappears, I guess you could say. As when he dashes forward, you see like after images of him, but you don't actually see him. And the distance of the dash depends on the button pressed. And Yang's really fun. He's a pressure monster. He has some really fun pressure. He has fun mix-ups, as he also has a dive kick as well. But his main fun for me personally comes from his anti-air tool, as it's a really fun tool to just throw out in general, at least if you think you're going to land it, or in the middle of combos. And his combos, and because his combos are very fun. One of his combos is pretty tricky for me to land because I just don't play him enough to have super good execution, but he makes use of the red EX system really well. As one of my favorite red EX combos in the game comes from him. Like, it's a really fun combo. He has fun combos in general. When it comes to making use of the focus attack mechanic to do focus attack dash cancels or FADC, or doing red focus attack cancels in the middle of combos to help extend them, he makes great use of them. Because of his pressure and mix-up and just his tool set in general, he makes really good use of these system mechanics, so it makes them really, really fun to play. Blanka is up next on the list, and Blanka is such a fun character. Usually, I know I said in the beginning of the video, charged characters aren't necessarily my favorite characters, but Blanka's different. He's genuinely insanely fun. Between his nice buttons and his fun mix-ups, he's just really fun in general. So his main mix-up tools are his special moves, obviously, as he has 4 main moves that you'll see in terms of special moves. He has his electric move, which is just mashing the punch button, and you can obviously use it in pressure situations, combo situations, or maybe they think you're going to be going for a charge input, like a ball roll or something, so they dash forward to try to grab you. Boom, you hit them with electric. It's really fun and useful, and can be good for mind games. And then he has 3 different ball rolls. He has upwards ball roll, which is just a charge down then up punch input, and it's just an anti-air move really. He has backstep ball roll, which can be used to bait out stuff, or it can be used for punishing fireballs or width moves and stuff like that, as he just pretty much does a leap backwards and then does an angled ball roll. So instead of just going straight up in the air, he does go in the air, but he comes down at an angle. So he doesn't just stop in the air, he pretty much does a backstep, launches himself in the air, ball rolls in the air, and then does an angled shot. So you can use it to avoid certain attacks and for mix-up situations or Oki situations. And it's a really fun move to do, especially for mind games. And he has forward ball roll, which is pretty self-explanatory. He literally just does his ball roll just straight forward, and it can be used as pressure, and it can be used mainly for punishing, but also for mind game situations as well. Or if you time it correctly, you can also use it as an anti-air. Like, let's say you dash backwards and then do it real quick. You can use it to punish a jump in attempt. And all his ball rolls work together very well for him to just be a mix-up machine. On top of the ball rolls, he has leaps. He has a leap where he can leap forward, and if you're close enough, you actually leap right through them to the other side, so it can be used for mix-up situations. And he also has a stance where he just kind of gets really low to the ground, so like he literally lays down his stomach and covers his head. I think it's called coward stance, but it could be wrong. And he just literally goes straight to the ground, stomach first, covers his head, and then hops back up. It can be used to avoid fireballs or maybe DPs, stuff like that, and it's very useful. And because of his movement options and his mix-up options, he can really be a mix-up machine. Between his pressure with his electric move, between his mix-up using his ball rolls and his leap, since you can leap right through them. And even one thing you can do with him is you can do forward medium punch or 6 medium punch, and it's a 2-hit move, but on the first bite you can actually cancel it into his leap and then go for a low after once you get them on the other side, and it can be used as both a mix-up and cross-up, or maybe cancel a move with his leap and then do a throw. There you go, mix-up situation. And he's just overall a really fun character to use, and a really fun character to use if you want to troll, especially. Because of all his movement options and mix-up options, he can be pretty annoying to deal with. So if you feel like playing kind of a trolly character, or a scrub killer character, and if you can get good with him, oh yeah, he's definitely worth playing. And is easily my favorite charge character in this game to play.
Pleased to meet you.
Sakura is up next, and I love Sakura. She's probably in my top 5 favorite Street Fighter characters of all time. I love her personality, I love her design, I love her gameplay. She's just awesome. And like I said with the gameplay, I love her gameplay, and this game's no different. She's very fun. So if you don't know anything about this game or don't know her, you might look at her and be like, oh, she's just female Ryu. Yeah, kinda. So she's a Ryu fangirl. Like, she really admires Ryu, she really looks up to him, and she just absolutely fangirls over Ryu. And because of that, she kind of took up his fighting style, but even though they have similar moves, they play nothing alike. Trust me, they don't. She has Fireball, but you can charge her Fireball for a second to make it more stronger. Granted, you'll lose distance on it, but it still makes it stronger. And then she has Hurricane Kick, but hers functions a little bit differently. And Shuriken, which also functions a little bit differently. So Hadouken, like I said, you can charge it to make it more strong, but less distance. And then Hurricane Kick is a multi-hitting kick. And if you do the EX version of it, it actually ends with a launcher, with the EX version definitely being easy to combo off of. And then she has Shuriken, which her Shuriken's different as it's a multi-hit Shuriken, and it's a very useful combo tool. It's a good anti-air tool, but it's a really good combo tool as well. And she has her own unique move, which is a leap attack, and she pretty much jumps in the air, and if you do the follow-up button, which is any punch button really, you can do a 3-hit string. So one of my favorite combos to do with Sakura is actually heavy punch into EX Hurricane Kick, and then as they're falling, I get out her leap attack real quick, and then once I like space it right, I start doing her hit string, as you can do the 3-hit string in the air, and it pretty much spikes them on the ground, leading to you being able to have a little bit more advantage on the ground, leading to more Oki and stuff like that. And it's overall just a really fun combo to do. It's probably like my go-to Sakura combo. It's just really fun. And Sakura's, like I said, she's just insanely fun. On top of that, she has a really fun super, as it's not what you would expect. It's a big kick super that starts off low, and it's just really cool. And she has 2 ultras, being a low hitting ultra that starts off with low and ends with the spike animation, and ultra Hadouken, and both are pretty fun to do. And Sakura just is one of my favorite Street Fighter characters of all time, and a character I absolutely love playing in this game.
Ah, you shall make an interesting opponent.
Ryu and Ken's Master Goken is my 3rd favorite Shoto to play in the game. There's only 2 more Shotos after this, which if you know who the roster is, you probably know who they are. But yes, and no, I'm not talking about Shoto-S characters, I'm talking about genuine Shoto characters, and Goken is my 3rd favorite. So Goken's very weird though for a Shoto. So he has a Fireball, but you can do it you can do medium punch or light punch version to do just a standard Fireball, or you can do heavy punch version to do an anti-air Fireball that he directs upwards. And then he also has Hurricane Kick, but it works way differently than any other Hurricane Kick. Instead of traveling forward, to use as a pressure tool or a combo tool. It's more of an anti-air tool or a combo ender tool. As the hurricane kick, it starts off with a kick, and then he does a hurricane kick while raising upwards, and it ends with a kick that sends him flying. So it's very different, but it's very fun to do as well, and a very, very fun combo ender. And then something else, instead of having a traditional Shuriken, so actually he might not even be considered a Shoto character. The more I think about it, he might not, since he lacks traditional tools, like Shoto tools. But I still consider him at least Shoto-S, like Shoto adjacent. But instead of having the Shuriken, he actually has a palm strike. So his DP punch motion, instead of being an uppercut, it's a palm strike. He goes forward a little bit and just does a big palm strike that literally sends him flying. And the punch button pushed affects the range and distance traveled that he goes before doing the palm strike. And it's a really good whiff finishing tool and footsies tool. It's a really good whiff finishing tool, footsies tool, and combo tool as well. And Gouken's just really unique. Like, his gameplay is not what I was expecting at all, but that's not a bad thing, as he is insanely fun to play. Mixing up his tools and mixing in his palm strike with his combos, and the fact you can combo off his back throw very easily, and his super moves and ultra combos are also both very fun and very easy to combo into, especially his Shuriken ultra combo, as his Shuriken, even though he doesn't have it as a normal move, it's actually his ultra combo, and it's very fun to do. And he's just insanely fun and a very unique character. He did not play how I thought he was going to play at all.
Target acquired. Beginning mission.
Cammy White is up next, and this woman is a rushdown machine. I love Cammy's gameplay in pretty much every game she's in. I always love her gameplay, and this game is no different. She has a normal pressure move with Cannon Drill, which is a really good pressure move and combo tool. She has her anti-air with Cannon Spike being her DP move, and once again it's just a really useful tool, and a really good combo tool, as you can FADC cancel after one to do a follow-up attack. She has Cannon Spike, which is her dive kick, which is always a really strong tool. Characters with the dive kicks are always really fun and really good to play. And Cammy's no different, as she has a really solid dive kick. She has Quick Spin Knuckle, which just passes through projectiles depending on the distance and spacing. Or if you EX, I think it goes through pretty much all projectiles anyways. And it's just a really good punishing tool to punish projectiles if you space it correctly, or to whiff punish something. And it's just a really fun move to do. And she has her classic Holy Hand combination, which is where she turns into a ball and kind of spins in the air. And then once she gets close, she can either do a low attack or grab, which means it's a good mix-up tool. And overall, Cammy's got some really fun stuff and is a rushdown mix-up machine. Between her Quick Spin Knuckle being relatively safe and being a good punishing tool, her dive kick you've been able to do if you have execution, you can do it like the second you leave the ground, like it's a really useful tool. Her Cannon Drill just overall being a really, really fun move in general for pressure and combos. And just overall, her moveset in general is really fun, including her buttons are just really fun. And both her supers really fun and damaging, and both her ultras as well are really fun and damaging, with Ultra 1 being just straight up very damaging, easy to combo into Ultra, and then Ultra 2 being the parry Ultra. So if you time it correctly, oh, it is so satisfying. And satisfying is exactly how I would describe Cammy's gameplay, because her gameplay is both fun and satisfying.
You fought the rest? Now try the best!
Now we have the character who is the literal embodiment of how other countries see us Americans, Rufus. Rufus! Oh god, I hate this character so much. Yeah, so if you remember how I said at the beginning of the video that there's going to be some characters that were really high up that I don't like as characters, but I love their gameplay. Yeah, Rufus is really who I was referring to, in all honesty. And as much as I hate this annoying blonde meatball, who I feel like would say a slur on a daily basis just because he can, I can't lie, his gameplay is actually fire. I hate to say it, but his gameplay is fire. He is genuinely really, really fun to play. He has really good pressure, really good and fun mix-ups, really, really, really fun combos. And the fact his far away heavy kick, not close heavy kick, but his far away heavy kick is a launcher on its own, meaning you can do that, like if you whiff punish something with that, then you can easily do an easy air combo with Stake Strike or maybe something else, and it's really fun and satisfying. And overall, his game plan and his overall toolset is just really fun and very satisfying. He has good pressure with Galactic Tornado and Messiah Kick, with Messiah Kick having different follow-ups. It can lead into good pressure and Messiah Kick, and with Messiah Kick having different follow-ups, that means you can have good mix-ups, as Messiah Kick has a low follow-up, an overhead follow-up, and a launching follow-up. And EX version is multi-hit, meaning it's even better pressure. And if you see they're blocking it, you can always just not do a follow-up and bait them to block longer, because they'll probably expect you to do a follow-up. And if you see they're still blocking, you can always go for a throw. You can always not do the follow-up and go for a throw, meaning free mix. And then Snake Strike is both a pressure tool and an anti-air tool and a combo tool. And Galactic Tornado is also a pressure and combo tool as well, and a really fun move. And like I said, his actual gameplay is actually really fun. He has really good buttons, he has really fun special moves, really fun combos. He has a dive kick, which is something I was not expecting, but yeah, he has a dive kick and it's really fun to throw into his game plan. And overall, he's insanely fun to play.
Yes, that's right. Understood.
Sea Viper is up next. I am so happy about her coming back in Street Fighter 6 because I love Sea Viper. She's such a cool character and her gameplay is cool as well. Now, I was actually on the verge of putting her in Goden, but one thing held her back for me. The fact that she's very hard to play. Which, don't get me wrong, I'll never not like playing a character just because they're harder to play. But if you know anything about Sea Viper, you know she's a technical nightmare in Street Fighter 4. Like, her really technical stuff, like her cancels, her one-frame link combos with the Thunder Fist cancels included. Oh yeah, I cannot do those. Absolutely not. I am not technically skilled at this game enough to be able to do those. That being said, even her basic stuff is really fun to do. She has 3 special moves. She has Thunder Knuckle, she has Seismic Hammer, and Burning Kick, and all 3 are very fun tools. So Burning Knuckle is a good pressure tool, combo tool, and anti-air tool. It depends on which version you use. Light version is very fast and short range, but a really good pressure tool. Medium version is a little bit farther range, but still on the ground. And heavy version is an anti-air move, meaning it's a good anti-air and combo ender. Seismic Hammer is a really fun launcher. As it launches, now it has slow startup, but you can always cancel it. So like if they see you going for Seismic Hammer and you think they're going to punish you, you can always cancel it and bait out some sort of attack and then punish them accordingly. With Seismic Hammer, it is a launcher tool, and each punch button makes it go somewhere different on the screen, with light punch being the shortest range, medium punch being medium range, and heavy punch being pretty much full screen. And EX version is very fast and it tracks where they are, so meaning it's a very, very good EX move. And then Burning Kick is a really fun pressure tool, combo ender tool, and just a good tool in general, as it's relatively safe, at least from my experience. Granted, disclaimer, I did not look at the frame data of every single character in this video, because once again, this is not a technical list, this is a personal opinion list. But from what I played, yeah, her Burning Kick seems pretty safe, at least light version. And she can also do it in the air. And now onto the technical stuff. So, Sea Viper is a technical nightmare, mainly because her Thunder Knuckle can be cancelled if you have the execution. Since you cancelled the move as it hit, that means you took away the recovery frames that would take for her to recover and made combos possible that would otherwise not be possible. Problem is, because this game is very, very execution dependent, it's very hard to do. So if you can do her Thunder Knuckle executions, hats off to you, you're incredible, unlike me. But her other technical thing is she actually has a super jump. So her super jump is you press down, then either up back, up, or up forward very quickly. You get to do it very quickly. But yeah, she has a super jump. And because of that, that can open up to pressure, mix up, baiting out anti-airs. There's a lot of things you can do with it. It's a very, very useful tool. Insanely useful tool. And overall, Sea Viper has really, really good buttons, really fun combos. Even just her bread and butter combos are really fun, even without the technical stuff, and really a fun tool set. Her Thunder Knuckle is very useful, especially EX, since EX cripples and leads to a free combo. And Burning Kick is a really fun damaging move, and Seismic Hammer as well as a really fun damaging move. Sea Viper is just insanely fun. She's an insanely fun character to play, and if you're actually good with her, congrats to you, because you're a whole nother level than me. Now the final character of Insanely Fun tier is Guy. So this is the first time I've ever played Guy for this video. But that being said, I actually kind of did know some stuff because my main in Street Fighter 6 is Kimberly. And Guy, oh yeah, he's insanely fun. I was on the verge of putting him goated. But I decided Insanely Fun because I feel like the goated tier, like the characters in goated tier, are just absolutely untouchable in terms of fun level, and they're legit my main rotation. And as much as I love Guy, he's not in my main rotation, simply for the fact I never played him before until I started this video. Maybe you've had experience with him beforehand, he'd be goated, but for right now he's insanely fun. So he has his version of the Hurricane Kick, which is kind of an anti-air kick, and it's pretty much a rising Hurricane Kick. So he like spins and kick Hurricane Kick motion, but he rises up while doing it, similar to Kimberly, and it can be used as both a combo tool and anti-air tool. He has his dash, his command dash, which you can either stop the momentum and bait out stuff like attack or anti-air or command grab. You can always stop the momentum and bait stuff like that out, or you can go for one of his follow-ups, including a low attack, a low hitting attack, an overhead attack, or a mid hitting attack. And all three are viable and really good mix-up options as well. He has a command jump where he kind of just spins forward. He does a jump forward and spins forward, but the distance travel, of course, depends on the button pressed. And you can cancel momentum with down medium punch in the air or 2 medium punch, as this is an elbow drop move and it completely stops his momentum. That goes for both the command jump and his normal jumping. So once again, that leads just to like his command run, how you can stop the momentum on that. His jump arcs and his command jump arcs you can stop with the elbow and bait out anti-airs, leading to free punishes and free combos, or a free super, ultra, whatever, making it a really, really good mind game tool. And speaking of his command jump, you can do that off of it, or you can do a grab off of it if you land close enough to the opponent, or like if you are close enough to the opponent as you're in it, and if you do the throw button, you can do a throw, you can do a command throw, and it can be good mix-up once again. Yeah, you might see a pattern in his gameplay. He's a mix-up machine. He's a rush down mix-up machine, a mind game machine as well. He's very heavy on the mind games. And he also has a shoulder attack where he kind of ducks down, does a spin, and then just does a really, really big like back of the shoulder attack that sends them flying. And if you're in the corner, you can combo into it and then combo after the fact as well, especially if you do the EX version. Like if you do EX version, it's very, very easy to do his kick special move, his Hurricane Kick special move after the fact for a free combo, or even focus attack dash cancel for another one, or maybe you can do just a standard shoulder attack, focus attack dash cancel, do an EX shoulder attack, and then do EX Hurricane Kick for a free combo. Very meter hungry, but very fun. And overall, Guy's just like a really, really fun mix-up mind game machine. And yeah, Guy's really, really in fun. Like I said, he was on the verge of goated tier, but I think it's because I don't have as much experience with him since it's my first time playing him with this video that he's lower than goated, but he's still like on the verge. He's still insanely fun.
Well then, let's begin.
Now on to the top tier, or final tier of this video that we'll be talking about. We have goated gameplay tier, which is tier 1. And these are the top 7 characters in the game for me to play in terms of fun. Once again, I'm not saying these are the best characters in the game. These are my favorite characters to play in the game. And these are the top 7, starting off with Abel. Funny how I said that and then I start off with the top tier character. Okay. So yes, if you know Abel, you know he's a very, very strong choice, very competitively viable. He's just a really strong character in this game. But that's not why I enjoy playing him. The reason why I enjoy playing him is because he's just goated. God, he's so fun. His playstyle is so different and unique, and he's meant to be a grappler, but he just does not play like one whatsoever. And Abel is another character I never played before making this video, and I slept on him so heavily. Because as a kid, I do remember playing him for the first time like in vanilla Street Fighter 4 as a kid. But because I didn't really know how to do FADC, I didn't know how to do cancels or anything, I literally just relied on heavy kick, sweep, and special moves as a kid. and that was like my game plan for every character, was like jumping heavy kick into sweep or doing some special moves, and that's it. Like I didn't do cancels, I didn't know how to, I didn't do focus attack cancels, I didn't do any of the focus attack stuff, and that's because when I was a kid I didn't take fighting games seriously. I never took the time to learn them. Now that I'm an adult and I've been playing fighting games seriously and actually take the time to learn characters and the mechanics of games, I have since 2021, which was my graduating year, I actually know how fun he is now. His special moves all complement each other so well. So we have his command grab, which is a very damaging command grab and very easy to land in general. We have his wheel kick, which is a really fun move in general. It's a good combo tool and definitely a good anti-air tool and good mix-up tool as well. We have his Rekka series, which is once again a really good combo tool, pressure tool, and mix-up tool as well. Even though he's a grappler, he's a very... You'll notice that he's really good at mix-up and pressure, which is something that a lot of grapplers really aren't good at, but Abel's really good at pressure and mix-up despite being a grappler. And speaking of mix-up, we have the other move that we need to talk about, which is probably the move that makes him very, very strong, his roll. Yes, Abel has a roll and you can cancel into it after almost anything. Like, it's insane how much stuff you can do with the roll. Like, one of my favorite things to do with Abel is go for some pressure, some block pressure, and then do his roll and then do command grab, because they won't expect it. They just won't expect it. And if you do it fast enough, or if you do it well enough, they won't have time to react anyways. Like if you're in the middle of a block string and then you do the roll and do a command grab, they won't know what hit them. Like, it's very fun. And also one of his more useful tools as well is his forward medium kick or 6 medium kick, as it's a very, very, very good poke that's safe. And once again, you can roll cancel after it or dash cancel. Yes, you can dash cancel right after it, and it's very fun to do and leads to some really, really nasty setups and mix-up situations. And just overall, he has really fun moves. Like, he just has a really fun game plan. He has really fun setups, really fun mix-ups, really fun pressure. He has some really fun combos, especially when you take advantage of the whole focus attack system and mix in focus attack dash cancels or FADCs. You can do some really, really fun combos, such as medium punch, and then do his first hit as Rekka, FADC, crouching heavy punch since it launches, and then do his anti-air grab. That's a combo. And does a good amount of damage, and it's not super hard to do either. At least if you're used to the mechanics and the FADC cancels, it's not super difficult. Oh yeah, that's one other thing I forgot to mention. He has a command grab for the air as well. It's an anti-air grab, and it does quite a bit of damage. Not insane amount, but quite a lot for being an anti-air move. And he has really fun ultra combos, both really strong as well, and a fun super combo that once again is very strong, although I feel like his super meter is definitely better for his cancels and stuff. And Abel's just goated. I don't have anything bad to say about his gameplay whatsoever. He's goated.
Yahoo! Oh man, I love a good fight.
My main from Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Yun, is in this game, and he is goated. He is goated, and I'm so glad he is, because in Third Strike, he's my favorite character to play. He's my main for a reason, and in this, guess what? He's goated. He's top 7 for a reason. He's number 6, and he's so fun. Okay, so if you know Yun, you know he's a pressure machine in Third Strike. This game's no different. He's a pressure machine. He has really good mix-ups. He has his dive kick still. He has his command grab still. He's insanely fun. Like, goated. One of my favorite characters to play, a character I play a lot of. He has his punch special move, which is a good pressure tool and combo ender tool. He has his anti-air dragon punch kick move or 623 kick move. That is a good anti-air and combo tool. He has his command grab, where he grabs them and jumps to the other side, and you can link after the fact, or if you EX it, it makes it even easier to link after and get a free combo off of. He has his palm strike, and he has his shoulder bash move. And all these tools work so well together to make him a really, really fun pressure mix-up combo machine. Like, some of his combos are so fun as well, especially since he still has his launching medium kick, like his medium kick that launches, meaning, oh, you jump in, do heavy kick, do close medium kick, oh, that's a launcher, we got a free combo. His super is the same one from Street Fighter 3 that makes him really, really, really fast, really good, that gives him really good combos and frame advantage. It's back just as a super move, and it's just as fun as it is in Third Strike, as it makes him insanely busted busted for that amount of time. And he has both his other supers back just as Ultra combos. And once again, the Yoo-Hoo, I think it's what's called the Yoo-Hoo Ultra. I think it's Ultra 2, I believe. You can combo after it. Yeah, because it ends with a launching strike and the animation stops, like the cutscene stops. Since it's a cinematic Ultra, the cutscene, like the cinematic stops before they fully land. So if you got the execution, you can combo after the fact. Whether you want to do his punch special or his shoulder attack special, you can combo after the fact, and it's always satisfying. And like I said, he has his dive kick, and it's very strong and very fun. Overall, Yun is just absolutely goated. One of my favorite Street Fighter characters to play of all time, and one of my favorite Street Fighter characters in general, and this game definitely does him justice.
Ibuki, on the scene!
The hopeless romantic ninja girl herself, Ibuki, is up next. Which, yes, she's a hopeless romantic if you didn't know. She's a ninja. She goes to a ninja school, she trains to be a ninja. But a big part of her character is that she's very boy crazy. But that aside, let's talk about her gameplay. She's insane. She's absolutely insane. So, she's a ninja, so she has insane movement as it is. Like, she has really good walk speed, she has really good dash speed, she has a good jump, but she also has so many good special moves that help add to her movement, and she's just insane. So we have her dash special move. It's literally just a dash, but you can literally dash behind them like very, very quickly as well. That's a movement tool. We have her reversed Dragon Punch kick special move, which is 4-2-1 kick, which can be used as a mix-up tool, pressure tool, combo tool, or a movement tool as well. As after the fact, you can actually cancel into her other special move, which is kunai. So kunai, you have to jump at an angle, but it's quarter circle forward, punch in the air, and she just throws a kunai out. But you can do it after a lot of things, and we'll talk about it like as we get to those things. But yeah, after her reverse Dragon Punch kick, or her 4-2-1 kick special move, which is just a double kick. Like, she literally just jumps at an arc and then lands on them and does a double kick, then jumps back, making it pretty safe. After that, you can actually cancel the jump back into kunai. If you think they're going to punish you with a DP or really anything, you can always cancel it into the kunai and punish their punish, which is actually insane. We have her hit grab. It's not a command grab, it's a hit grab, meaning you can combo into it, and it's a very good combo ender. But she grabs them and she does like this blue energy that blasts them while she's holding onto the arm, and they go flying. And once again, it's a really good combo ender, as you can actually hit it on a juggle state opponent. Now, you can't do it in the air, but as they're falling, you can do it. And then she has her neck breaker, which she just slides on the ground at a really, really, really fast speed and grabs them. It's a hit grab again, and she snaps their neck. Like, actually, I mean, she doesn't kill them. Obviously, it's not Mortal Kombat, it's Street Fighter, but yeah, she just straight up breaks their neck and snaps their neck. In the EX version, you can do, she does it 3 times and it does some insane damage. She has her kicks, which can be used as a mix-up tool, as she does 2 kicks like that they have to stand block for, but then you can either do the third kick, once again the same way, or you can do a low third kick. And these kicks are very, very fast, making them a really good mix-up tool. And then she has her command leap, which is when she does a front flip in the air. Like, she jumps in the air and flips over them. It's hard to explain, but yeah, it's a really good movement tool, and you can cancel it into kunai. You can stop the momentum and use kunai to cancel it. That's just the special moves. That's not talking about all the other tools she has. So she has a plethora of command normals, including a slide kick, including a really, really good array of poking options and whip punishing kick tools. She has a launching kick with her standing close heavy kick. Oh, yeah, speaking of launcher, she has a DP kick as well. I forgot she has an anti-air kick. Like, the amount of moves she has is insane. And then that's not even touching the plethora of command combos she has. She has a legit plethora of command combos for both pressure, for just getting some hits in, or for mix-up and mind games, as some of her command combos themselves are mix-up combos. And Ibuki's just insane. Like, I feel like a skilled Ibuki player would really have to sink insane amount of time to this character, but it would not be hard to, because she's so fun to play. Like, she's one of the most fun characters in the game to play, so there's always something new to learn with her, and she's just insane. She's insane.
Violence is who I am.
We have Ryu, but evil now, and evil Ryu, I slept on him for a long time. I'm not gonna lie, I never cared about evil Ryu. I literally saw him as a kid, and even in high school, I was kind of like, it's just an evil version of Ryu, big whoop. No, I was wrong, because his gameplay is completely different. He plays more like Akuma than Ryu. So he has Fireball, he has Shuriken, and he has Hurricane Kick. Here's the difference though. He has the Akuma teleport, so the same teleport that Akuma has, like he dashes forward and does the shadow teleport, or dashes backwards and does the shadow teleport. Evil Ryu has that as well. And on top of that, he also has a brand new move, which is just a big kicking move, and it's one of the best moves in the game. It's one of the best moves in the game and one of the best combo extension tools in the game as well. One of his base bread and butters involves that move, and it's an insane amount of damage. Yeah, this character does some insane damage as well. Like if you do jumping heavy kick, heavy, or medium punch or heavy punch, something like that, into medium version of that kick move, which is half circle forward kick, and then after you do the medium version, you can actually link into crouching light punch. Like one of his main combos you'll see people do, like his main bread and butter that beginners with him will do, or anyone learning him, it usually involves the medium kick version of that move, which if you're wondering what that move exactly is, he pretty much just does a foot stomp, but it lands on them. It doesn't knock them down, it keeps them standing, which I think is what makes it such a good tool. As it keeps them standing and leaves them hit stun, you can immediately link crouching light punch into light hurricane kick after, and then because he plays slightly more like Akuma rather than Ryu, his light hurricane kick is very easy to combo after. And I can't believe I've been sleeping on him for so long because he's so fun. Between the buttons, between his combos, between his tools themselves, between the fact that he has a Raging Demon as a super, but then his ultras are relatively similar to Ryu's, like normal Ryu's, he's just insane to play. And one of the most fun characters to play and learn in the game, with some of the highest reward as well, as he does some insane damage for no meter.
You look like you're in pitch.
Now we're officially in our top 3, with number 3 being Juri. Juri is a character I played ever since Super Street Fighter 4. Back, I want to say in middle school is when I first got that game, and she's a character I played consistently since then. She's not my main, but she's a character I play a lot of, and for a good reason. She's insane. She's insanely fun. She may seem like she has some simple tools, but she's insane. The way they work together is insane. She has some really fun combos offhand, especially since her close heavy punch is a launcher, and then she has her quarter circle back kick move, which is a good countering tool. It's a really good anti-air tool, and it's a good combo tool and pressure tool. She has quarter circle forward kick, which if you hold that kick button, you can actually hold in a projectile, which in that move, how that works is she does just one quick kick, like she raises her leg to do a kick, and then she does a projectile after. Light version does a low projectile, medium version does a mid projectile, and then heavy version does an anti-air projectile. But if you hold that button after she does the initial kick, you can keep that projectile in stock. Only problem is you have to keep holding that button, otherwise you'll let it go. But if you hold that button, you're missing a button, but you can use it in combos, for pressure, for mix-up. There's a lot of things you can use that held-in projectile for, and it makes for some pretty interesting and fun gameplay. We have her jumping kick attack, which is kind of like a dive kick, kinda, except for when it lands, she does a combo after, like she does a string after, and if you do the EX version, it actually causes a wall bounce. So a viable combo with her is the EX dive kick move, since it does a wall bounce, into either Ultra 1, since it will hit airborne opponents, or you can do the EX spin kick move on the ground, which is core circle back kick. And the EX into EX is kind of meter hungry, but it does some good damage. And then her final special move is actually kind of a parry and a teleport. It's 2-in-1. So it's a parry as she stands there, and she kind of like tells them to come on. Like she'll stand there with her hand on her hip and put her finger out and kind of like motion towards herself and say come on. And when she does that, if you hit her, she teleports. She straight up teleports. Light version, I think she stays in place. Medium version, I think she goes in the air, and then heavy version, she appears right behind them. So, in other words, not only is it a parry, it's a good mix-up tool and mind game tool as well. Because after they hit you, they have to kind of guess where you'll end up. So you can use it for cross-ups. You can use it for cross-ups, make them block the wrong direction. Mix-ups, make them block the wrong way in general, or maybe make them block when you're thinking of a throw. Or just really a lot of stuff you can do off of it. Don't forget though, it is a parry, so you get to rely on them hitting you. But if you get the timing down, and if you start getting good at reads and stuff, you can do this pretty easily. And then we have her super, which is a really, really good combo tool with really good damage. We have Ultra 1, which once again is a combo tool and does really, really good damage, as it starts low and it ends with the cinematic. Or if they're in the air, you can use it as an anti-air. Granted, the anti-air version is not going to do much damage at all, since it doesn't play the cinematic, but you still can use it as an anti-air. Also, I just now realized, I meant to say Ultra 2, not 1. My apologies. That was Ultra 2, not 1. Ultra 1 is Fu Shui Engine, which is probably the thing that makes her insanely fun. Like, absolutely good. This Ultra combo makes her play like a Marvel vs. Capcom character. When you do this Ultra combo, she straight up turns into a Marvel vs. Capcom character or like a BlazBlue character or something. Like, it's insane. And what I mean by that is, with this Ultra, she can literally combo into anything. She can link into anything. She do light punch, light kick, medium punch, heavy kick, crouching heavy kick. She can do crouching light kick, medium kick, heavy kick to do a sweep combo, to do a Gatling combo similar to Darkstalkers. She can do like light kick, light punch, medium kick, heavy punch, light kick, medium punch, heavy punch. She can do anything. Like, it's insane. It straight up turns into an MVC character or like a Darkstalkers character. It's insane. Like, it's genuinely insane, and it makes her good to play. Juri has always been one of my favorite characters to play in this game, and it's no different. She's in my top 3 for a reason. To this day, even though I've had years of experience in this game at this point, both as very, very, very casual and a little bit more with a competitive mindset, she's insane. She's absolutely one of my favorite characters to play.
Let's have some fun.
My favorite fighting game character of all time is my second favorite to play, and it's Poison. Poison's my favorite fighting game character of all time. I love Poison so much. For her very risky but also unique design, it caught my eye immediately, not for Gunnar reasons. The first time I saw her, I liked her because of the pink hair, and nowadays as an adult, I still like the pink hair. It's a really cool touch. But I also think her design's cool because it's just very different. It's very, very different for a Street Fighter character. Granted, we have Elena and Juri with some pretty Gunnar designs, but Poison's design literally becomes a part of her character. Like, she uses her appeal as a part of her personality, and it works. Like, it genuinely works. Because her personality, I love her personality. I love her personality. Her personality is so like, I'm hot and I know it, deal with it. Like, she's cocky, but in a good, like, she can back up her cockiness. And on top of that, her personality is also just very, I don't care what other people think, I'm just going to do me. And I love that. I absolutely love that. Like, literally one of her win quotes in Street Fighter 5 is, people talking about you is just proof of your popularity. Like, she's awesome. I love her so much. She's just like, I don't care what people think, I'm going to do me. If you don't like me, that sucks. If you want to talk about me, I'm glad you're thinking about me. How do I taste in your mouth? Like, she's one of those type of people, and I love her personality so much. And something I love even more than her personality is her gameplay. I love her gameplay in this game so much. So much. She has a projectile, which is a good, surprisingly good combo tool. It's a good zoning tool, it is, because it can know different ranges, with light being the fastest and furthest, medium being kind of in between, and then heavy being a very short range. But it can be used as a good zoning tool, a good anti-air tool, a good combo tool, as you can FADC after it, and it's just really fun to do. She has a DP attack or anti-air attack with 623 kick, which is the animation, if I had to compare it to something as similar to Terry from SNK games like King Fighters and Fatal Fury, how he does like a spin kick upper, like a spin kick anti-air. That's what she does. She does a spin kick up anti-air, just straight up, and it's a very fun tool. She has a Rekka series, which is really, really fun to do, as it's a great combo tool and combo ender, and it can be used for mind games or anything else, as since it's a Rekka series, you can always start doing it, but then stop doing it. Or you can do a FADC cancel after the first hit for a grab, or a mix-up, just a lot of things you could do. And then she also has a circle back kick, which is an overhead kick, which means you can send out projectiles with a projectile, and then you can punish someone trying to jump in, or maybe you sent out a short projectile on purpose so that way they would stay in place, and you can punish it with her kick. And her kick, once again, just like a projectile, the distance traveled depends on the button pressed, with light being the shortest, heavy being the furthest. And with the kick, if you push another button after, I believe it's either kick again or punch again, one of those two. She's my main and has been in this game for years, I should know this, but it's just so natural to me I kind of forget. It's either punch or kick after the fact, and you do a hit throw. As on hit, she actually does a Frankensteiner, a reverse Frankensteiner. And overall, she has some really good buttons as well. She has a really good super combo that does a lot of damage. She has some really fun FADC cancel mix-ups and combos. She has really fun ultra combos, with one being a projectile ultra that leads into a full cutscene animation or cinematic ultra after it hits, or a like really close up kind of hit grab ultra. I think it might be a command grab, I can't remember, I never use it, but it's definitely very close up, and she just straight up kicks him in the nuts. Like, that's the whole combo. I think she slaps him a few times and then kicks him in the nuts, and it's genuinely hilarious, and she just laughs about it, and I find it hilarious. And I just love Poison's gameplay in this game so much. So much.
I am Akuma, and I will teach you the meaning of pain.
Now you might be asking, well, Poison's your favorite fighting game character, and if you love her gameplay that much, who's number one? This is probably a really basic answer, but we got the man himself, Akuma. Yes, even though Poison's my favorite character, and she's my main, she's my main, she's the character I play the most of, and pretty much the only character I play most of the time when I play this game, Akuma is my favorite character to play. He's just got it all. He's really fun. He has 3 different types of fireballs. He has standard, he has the powered up one, which is the red fireball, and then he has an air fireball that you can do in the air. He has a really good shuriken, he has a really good hurricane kick that's very easy to combo off of, with one of his main bread and butters being like a normal button into hurricane kick into shuriken. He has his Akuma dash, which is the shadow dash, meaning you can't hit him while he's in it, so effectively kind of like a teleport move since you can't hit him while he's in it. And he has his command jump, which is command jump you can do things off as well. So with this command jump, you can either do an overhead palm strike, meaning it's a good mix-up tool. You can do a dive kick, meaning it's a good mix-up tool. Or you can do a sweep. Like if you don't push anything, the second he lands, he does a sweep, meaning the command jump's a really good mix-up. Almost forgot to mention, he has a grab off his command jump as well. So if you do the command jump, if you think you're going to block high because they'll see you and they'll be like, oh, they're going to go for dive kick or overhead palm strike, oh well, guess what, you get grabbed. Like, his command jump is such a good mix-up tool. Combining that with his fireball game and his zoning game, and then throwing in some Akuma dashes right then and there, god, he's so fun. So fun. If I had one single complaint, it's that he has lower health than most characters, but there's a reason for that. It's because Akuma's a Glass Cannon character. Yes, he's a Shoto, but he's also another archetype known as Glass Cannon. Glass Cannon are characters that are very strong, do a lot of damage, but they have lower health as a result, which is a good thing. Because if Akuma didn't have lower health, he would be insanely busted because he's insanely fun and insanely good. He has really good he has some of the best buttons in the game. Really good pokes, really good combo buttons, including close heavy kick being a double kick. And if your opponent doesn't know how to deal with it, you can just keep doing the double kick to do chip damage. And god, he's just so fun. So fun, insanely fun. My favorite character to play in the game. He has insanely good buttons, really fun special moves, really fun combos. His super, being the Raging Demon, is very useful as it's unblockable super, I believe. His Ultra Combo 1 is also very insanely fun, as it once again is just an Ultra Raging Demon, and once again it's unblockable, does insane damage. And his Ultra 2 it's a normal Ultra, you have to hit it first, but it does some insane damage as well. And something I did with him that I'm surprised worked, because you can cancel his dash, his shadow dash or Akuma dash, whatever you want to call it, into his Ultra 2. Something I did before, just playing around with him that I'm really surprised worked, is I did some fireball zoning. I did air fireball, then I did a ground fireball. And as the ground fireball was getting closer, they jumped over it, so I Akuma dashed in, and I did Ultra 2 to cancel the dash, and I caught them while they were in the air. So it can also be used as an anti-air tool. Yeah, Akuma's just insanely fun. Really good combos, really good moves, really good ultras, good super, good buttons, fun really good mix-ups and pressure. He's just absolutely good and my favorite character to play in the whole game. And that's the list, that's the tiers, and that's every character ranked in order by how much I enjoyed playing them. So in other words, that's the roster ranked. For a recap, let's go back over the tiers. In never picking them tier, we have Adon, Guile, DJ, Vega, El Frente. Tier 4, Alright tier, Zangief, Dan, Balrog, Hakan, Gen. Me Play Equals Me Smile tier, tier 3, Dhalsim, Seth, M. Bison, T-Hawk, Makoto, Chun-Li, Ryu, E Honda, Fei Long, Decapre, Ken. Tier 2 Insanely Fun tier: Oni, Rolento, Sagat, Hugo, Cody, Elena, Rose, Dudley, Yang, Blanca, Sakura, Gulken, Cammy, Rufus, Sea Viper, Guy. And goated gameplay tier: my top 7 favorite characters to play in the entire game: Abel, Yun, Ibuki, Evil Ryu, Juri, Poison, Akuma. That was the whole roster ranked, and once again this was completely opinionated, and not by how much I like the characters or how good I think they are, simply by how much I enjoy playing them. And I'm really glad I decided to start this series. I'm definitely going to continue doing this because this was a really fun video to make, as it was fun talking about these characters, and it was really fun to have an excuse to learn every characters in multiple games, and this series will let me do that. And after literal years of trying to figure out how to do a series where I can learn every character in a game and make content off of it without it taking forever, I feel like this was a really fun way to do it, and I really enjoyed making this video. And because Ultra Street Fighter 4 is my favorite fighting game of all time, I had absolutely no problem playing this game so much for this video. I loved it, and I loved learning every character in this game. Even if it was just like a basic beginner level, I still enjoyed learning every character in this game, as even like the lower tier ones I had some fun with. Like every character in this game, almost every character in this game, other than a select few, I had at least some enjoyment playing. I really did. And I do love the Street Fighter characters and this game with all my heart, so it was really fun to do. But that's going to be it for today, my G's. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you stuck around for the whole video, thank you. I appreciate you. Make sure to like and sub, as it truly helps out and truly motivates me to keep doing stuff like this and making content for y'all. Let me know in the comments who maybe is your favorite to play, or maybe your least favorite to play, or let me know who you think's goated, or just let me know your opinions in the comments. I'm open to opinions. Don't want to start any arguments. Once again, this video is completely opinionated. If your favorite character is on the lower end of the list, please take no disrespect. I mean no disrespect to the character. This is simply by how much I enjoy playing them. It has nothing to do with the character themselves. For example, DJ. I love DJ. Just don't like his gameplay that much. And if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments what game you would like me to see you play next. I have several planned for the future, including Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Street Fighter 5, BB Tag, Vampire Savior, X-Men Children of the Atom, Tekken 7. Like, I have multiple tier lists already created and I started working on them, but it's just kind of hard to figure out which one I want to do next because there's multiple of these I want to make. But let me know in the comments what game you would like to see next for this series. I'll think about it, or maybe see if I already have the tier list created and start working on it. For this series, I'll be open to suggestions to see what game maybe I should do next or upload next, as I own a lot of fighting games and there's a lot of games I want to actually put more time into, and this is a great way for me to put more time into those games plus learn the characters of those games. And while you're here, a little bit of shameless self promo, make sure you follow me on Twitch, as I stream weekly over there, both fighting games and horror games with some other games thrown in such as Marvel Rivals, and I might experiment with other genres, as I had done a Lollipop Chainsaw on my Twitch before and I really enjoyed it. It's actually here on YouTube if you want to check it out, and even though it's horror adjacent, it's not exactly horror, so I'm always open to trying out new games and new genres. But yeah, if you like fighting game and horror game content, make sure to give my Twitch a follow. And with that, the very first Rank the Roster video is under wrap, and that is it for today, my G's. Until next time, keep being a G.